Insomnia is a condition's difficulty initiating or maintaining sleep. It is also known as sleeplessness. Insomnia is typically followed by daytime sleepiness, low energy, irritability, and a depressed mood. People with insomnia are dissatisfied with their sleep and feel that it impairs their ability to function well in work, school, and social situations. Insomnia can be short-term, lasting for days or weeks, or long-term, lasting more than a month. Chronic insomnia lasting more than 3 months occurs in about 10% of adults and is more common in women, older adults, and people of lower socioeconomic status and individuals with medical, psychiatric, and substance abuse disorders. The symptoms of insomnia are difficulty falling asleep, including difficulty finding a comfortable sleeping position, waking during the night, being unable to return to sleep and waking up early, not able to focus on daily tasks, difficulty in remembering, daytime sleepiness, irritability, depression or anxiety, feeling tired or having low energy during the day, trouble concentrating, and being irritable, acting aggressive or impulsive. And what causes insomnia? Clinical studies and animal models indicate that insomnia is associated with activation during sleep of brain areas normally active only during wakefulness. Many factors can contribute to insomnia. Insomnia can occur independently or as a result of another problem. Conditions that can result in insomnia include psychological stress, chronic pain, heart failure, hyperthyroidism, heartburn, restless leg syndrome, menopause, certain medications, and drugs such as caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol. Other risk factors include working night shifts and sleep apnea. Many patients with insomnia have negative expectations and conditioned arousal that interfere with sleep. These individuals may worry about their insomnia during the day and have increasing anxiety as bedtime approaches if they anticipate a poor night of sleep. While attempting to sleep, they may frequently check the clock, which only heightens anxiety and frustration. They may find it easier to sleep in a new environment rather than their bedroom, as it lacks the negative associations. Patients with insomnia sometimes develop counterproductive behaviors that contribute to their insomnia. This can include daytime napping that reduces sleep drive at night, an irregular sleep-wake schedule that disrupts their circadian rhythms, use of wake-promoting substances, for example, caffeine and tobacco, too close to bedtime, engaging in alerting or stressful activities close to bedtime, for example, arguing with a partner, work-related emails and texting while in bed, sleeping with a smartphone or tablet at the bedside, and routinely using the bedroom for activities other than sleep, for example, TV at work, so the bedroom becomes unassociated with arousing or stressful feelings. A wide variety of psychoactive drugs can interfere with sleep. Caffeine, which has a half-life of 6 to 9 hours, can disrupt sleep for up to 8 to 14 hours, depending on the dose, variations in metabolism, and in an individual's caffeine sensitivity. Insomnia can also result from use of prescription medications too close to bedtime, for example, antidepressant, stimulants, glucocorticoids, and theophylline. Conversely, withdrawal of sedating, a large number of medical conditions disrupt sleep. Pain, heart disease, hormone shifts such as those that precede menstruation, and those during menopause. Life events such as fear, stress, anxiety, emotional or mental tension, work problems, financial stress, birth of a child, and bereavement. Certain neurological disorders, brain lesions, or a history of traumatic brain injury, medical conditions such as hyperthyroidism, chronic pain, lower back pain and other medical conditions, for example, and stage cancer. Genetics is important. Heritability estimates of insomnia vary between 38% in males to 59% in females. Heritability estimates of insomnia vary between 38% in males to 59% in females. And insomnia affects people of all age groups, but people in the following groups have a higher chance of acquiring insomnia. Those are individuals older than 60, history of mental health disorder including depression, emotional stress, working late night shifts, traveling through different time zones, having chronic diseases such as diabetes, kidney disease, lung disease, Alzheimer's or heart disease, alcohol or drug use disorders, gastrointestinal reflux disease, heavy smoking, work stress. The DSM-5 criteria for insomnia including the following: predominant complaint of dissatisfaction with sleep quantity or quality associated with one or more of the following symptoms. Number 1, difficulty initiating sleep, or in children, this may manifest as difficulty initiating sleep without caregiver intervention. Number 2, difficulty maintaining sleep characterized by frequent awakenings or problems returning to sleep after awakenings. In children, this may manifest as difficulty returning to sleep without caregiver intervention. And last, early morning awakening with inability to return to sleep. In addition, the sleep disturbance causes clinically significant distress or impairment in social, occupational, educational, academic, behavioral, or other important areas of functioning. The sleep difficulty occurs at least 3 nights per week. The sleep difficulty is present for at least 3 months, and the sleep difficulty occurs despite adequate opportunity for sleep. So what could be the prevention for insomnia? Number 1, avoid caffeine and vigorous workout before sleep. Number 2, avoiding or limiting naps. Number 3, treating pain at bedtime. 4, avoiding large meals, beverages, alcohol, and nicotine before bedtime. 5, finding soothing ways to relax into sleep, including use of white noise. Number 6, making the bedroom suitable for sleep by keeping it dark, cool, and free of devices such as clocks, cell phone, or televisions. Number 7, sleep with a positive attitude. Number 8, maintain regular exercise or during day, not just before bedtime. Number 9, try relaxing activities before sleeping. 10, use your bed only for sleep or sex. And last, stop checking the time. If insomnia persists after treatment, these contributing factors: pharmacotherapy is often used on a nightly or intermittent basis. A variety of sedatives can improve sleep. Antihistamines, such as diphenhydramine, are the primary active ingredient in most over-the-counter sleep aids. This may be of benefit when used intermittently, but can produce tolerance and anticholinergic side effects, such as dry mouth and constipation, which limit their use, particularly in the elderly. Benzodiazepine receptor agonists are an effective and well-tolerated class of medications for insomnia, but it is most important that before taking any medication, consult your doctor first. Antidepressants such as amitriptyline, doxepin, mirtazapine, and trazodone can have an immediate sedative effect and are prescribed to treat insomnia. Herbs such as valerian, chamomile, lavender, or cannabis may be used, but there is no clinical evidence that they are effective.